Kenny Pickett played despite a rib injury and threw a late game winning score to Deontay Johnson. Will Levis, making his first career road start, was sacked 4 times as the Titans fall to 3-5. Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams told reporters that, quote, it was time for some sort of change after head coach Josh McDaniels and general manager David Ziegler were fired after a 3-5 start. Las Vegas will turn to rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell this week against the Giants. Ahead of Sunday's showdown in Frankfurt, Germany, Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill told reporters he's ready to face the Chiefs for the first time since being traded, saying it really doesn't matter where we play. They're going to get this work wherever. You can catch the game on NFL Network and streaming on NFL Plus Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
It's 7:30 on this Friday morning. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, George.
Are you there?
Yeah, I had my microphone way far away from me, so I had to pull it.
Sometimes we got to go chase them.
Yes.
They get away from us. The weekend, we've got a very busy weekend coming up.
Yeah. Well,
have you chosen your activity yet?
My activity, well, let's see. Gonna sleep, that's for sure.
Well, you got a choice between the cattle call and the Veterans Parade.
That's right. Cattle call. Wow.
Cattle
just around the corner.
Well, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, that starts the week. And
it's right at the corner.
And then, of course, it goes all the way to
next week. The whole week, yeah. We got the chili thing going on tomorrow.
The chili thing.
The chili cook-off and the rib contest.
Yes. Are you going to?
I don't know. Well, I'm a veteran, and so I sentimentally I lean towards that.
Yeah.
But the chili sounds really good.
Well, they go together, so
they do, except they're a few miles apart.
Oh, that's true.
So anyway, and you just got to flip a coin and pick which one you want, and realize that they're both very good events.
Well, start now and you'll get there.
Yeah. Well, I might go with the one I live closest to, but I think I live in between, so
yeah,
that might not be a good choice either. Anyway, it's a hard decision to make, but both of them are going on. The chili cook-off. Do you have any idea when that starts?
You know, it used to be it was early in the morning because that's when they made their chili. Of course, you couldn't start sampling it till, I believe, in years past, it was like either 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But wasn't it last year? Wasn't it later, like in the afternoon?
You know, I don't remember, George.
We're going to have to check that out, because if that is, there is no reason why we can't do both events.
Yeah, you can make a stop at both.
Of course, experience the whole thing. As the parade starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the Veterans Parade in Hopeville, and then they've got the farmers market and street fair at the park. That's where the parade ends. So it's a whole day. Take you right to 1 o'clock in the afternoon at least. And then, but if they did the chili cook-off in the afternoon, everybody could be served up.
Well, keep us in suspense, and you let us know on
I will
Monday.
I will try to find out by the next hour.
Oh, okay.
And we should have an answer on the starting times.
Yeah.
And,
all right.
And then if you talk to your contacts and let them know that put times on these things when they say it. Anyway, birthdays. Are you ready for some birthdays?
I'm ready.
We got some big birthdays. Shadow Stevens. Remember Shadow Stevens?
I do.
He's a radio disc jockey.
He is a radio announcer.
And did a little dabbling in acting. He was in Dave's World, which was a hilarious show that, of course, didn't last very long.
I was going to say, it didn't last a long time.
The good ones don't. But anyway, and Shadow Stevens is still out there somewhere, 77 years old. I hope he hasn't damaged that voice, and he had the perfect radio voice. And we also have Lulu. Remember Lulu?
I do remember Lulu.
Yeah, she was married to one of the Bee Gees. And she also did To Sir With Love. She is 75 today. Comedian, actress, and I use this term loosely, but she has the distinction of being one of the few actresses or actors to be fired from her own TV show. Roseanne Barr, and she tends to be obnoxious. She's 71. Kate Capshaw. She was in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. She's 70 years old today. Kathy Kinney of the Drew Carey Show. She's 70 years old today. Dennis Miller got his name on Saturday Night Live and then kind of faded away. Adam Ant, a singer guy, he's 69. Phil Simms, we all heard of him. He's a sports commentator now, was a quarterback for the Giants. Yeah, for the Giants. Got a couple of rings. He's 68 years old. Gary Ross, this is a guy I never heard of. He's a director, but I've heard of the movies. Seabiscuit was a really good movie.
Excellent.
And The Hunger Games has been winning awards all over the place as well. Gary Ross, he directed both of those. He's 67. Dolph Lundgren, he was in Rocky 4. He was the guy that Rocky beat up in that version. He's 66. Julia Berman of General Hospital. I don't know if you're a soap opera guy. She's 40 years old. I haven't watched soap operas since I don't know when. And we have a one that everybody's heard of. It says she's a reality show personality. I guess you could call her that. Kendall Jenner of the Kardashians. She was on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. 28 years old. She's one of the younger ones.
Okay.
And I think one of the richest ones, too.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think she invested well in makeup and cosmetics and stuff.
Yeah.
Made a bunch of bucks. So that's why that happens.
Now, do you have a personal line of makeup?
No, I don't. God knows I need it.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
If anybody needed makeup, it would be me. Anyway, you check out the YouTube and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. There is nobody uglier than I in radio. And I kind of carry that with I'm kind of proud of that.
Yeah.
So at least I'm number one at something. Anyway, we got the local birthdays coming up.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Don Castaneda, Justin Burke, Melanie Mesa, Lionel Garcia, Paul Scott, Hector Tabares Jr., Mike Anchando Sr., Aaron McDowell, Emilio Corona, Adriel Sanchez. We have Melanie Meraz, Brittany Wong, Gloria Moreno, Sean Reyes, Sylvia Moreno, Belia Tafoa, Michael Garcia, Adriana Estrada, Yolanda Moore, Sylvia Figueroa, and Terry Pinuelos. Happy birthday to each and every one. And adding Ruben Duran to that list. Happy birthday to Ruben as well.
We mark every inch that our kids grow.
Whoa, look how tall you're getting.
And watch them outgrow, well, everything.
This shirt is way too small.
But there's something else that can grow that we don't see. It's what doctors call toxic stress. It's how a child's body responds to difficult experiences, from harsh language to a painful loss. There are steps parents can take to help. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
And it's now time for the World in California News headlines, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. The war between Israel and Hamas is intensifying. CBS's Remy Inocencio is following.
The Israel Defense Forces said its fighters have now completed their encirclement of Gaza City, the Strip's biggest population center. Israeli shelling hasn't stopped for several days around the enclave's second-largest hospital.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel and is now speaking to reporters. The nation's employers scaled back their hiring in October, adding 150,000 jobs. Scott Crow is an investment strategist.
It does show a slowdown in the pace of hiring, but hiring is still pretty robust. So at 150,000, it was a little lighter than most people had expected.
Nearly 300,000 jobs were added in September.
I guess it would be nice.
George Michael, among those who will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame tonight. Others include Sheryl Crow, Willie Nelson, and Missy Elliott. CBS News Brief.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. A Los Angeles city employee is evacuated from Gaza after being temporarily trapped amid Israel's ongoing battle with Hamas. Mayor Karen Bass.
We were just in Washington, D.C. meeting with Tom Perez. So when we told him about the member of the city family who works for the General Services Division, they immediately got on it.
The employee, who Bass did not name, was visiting his elderly mother in Gaza when he was unable to escape due to Israel's ongoing war with the Palestinian militant group. The debate over daylight saving time goes on as we prepare to fall back an hour to standard time early Sunday morning. Polls showing most Americans want to get rid of it. Doctors say under standard time it gets darker earlier and sets up better sleep cycles.
Our internal body clocks follow the light and dark pattern, not a number on a clock.
Dr. Alok Patel with Stanford Children's Health. Another milestone in the push for cleaner air across the state. Nearly 27% of new cars sold between July and September were zero-emission vehicles. Gas prices averaging $5.18 a gallon statewide. Jeff Scott, California News.
And the World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair or replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
And it is now time for page one of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive and at the Imperial Valley Mall. With page one of the local news, here's Gene Brister.
Well, Central Union High School coach David Rookie Pena has received a special honor, and he's not a rookie, but certainly honored this morning. George Gale has the story.
Pena is the Coach of the Week for the Los Angeles Chargers Coach of the Week program. Recognition highlights Coach Pena's outstanding leadership, dedication, and success in guiding the Central Spartans to a remarkable season. Pena has led the Spartan varsity football team since 2017. Coach Pena said, "This is one common goal, and this recognition is a testament to the community, our coaching staff, and the players." Pena's Spartans were undefeated in Imperial Valley League play and finished the regular season with an 8-2 record. Spartans will host the East Lake Titans in a first-round CIF SDS playoff game tonight. Pena and the other distinguished coaches will be honored during a halftime at the Los Angeles Chargers home game against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday, November 26th. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
IBHD and HMHD asking for expansion plans to stop. Imperial County Healthcare District and the Heffernan Memorial Healthcare District are making the request jointly. In light of AB 918, they are urging the Local Agency Formation Commission, or LAVCO as it's referred to, and Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District to halt any potentially wasteful or duplicate expansion activities. They say the urgent appeal comes in light of recently enacted AB 918. The Assembly bill seeks to consolidate and improve healthcare services across the Imperial County. Tomas Vergen is the CEO of the Heffernan Memorial Healthcare District. Heffernan is the clerical coordinator for the new Imperial Valley Healthcare District. He reiterated the importance of strategic, community-focused initiatives going forward be planned in a unified, strategic manner and best serves the residents of Imperial County. KXO News Time, 7:45.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. Now we're talking Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. See a Quick Lane service advisor and get the best price guaranteed. Remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and they're conveniently located in the Brawley Auto Center, at the Imperial Valley Mall, at Old Central Motors, and their new mobile service van comes to you with no added charge.
Well, the 67th annual Cattle Call is just around the corner. It starts this weekend. George Gale has the story.
In fact, it starts tomorrow. The chili cook-off and rib contest will be the first event tomorrow. Wednesday will be the Mariachi Festival, and on November 11th, they'll have the Chuck Wagon Breakfast and the Call Parade. Other events will be in there. There will be 3 rodeo performances at the Cattle Call Arena. First is Friday, November 10th at 7 p.m. Second performance will be Saturday, November 11th at 7 p.m. Sunday, November 12th is the Family Day at the Cattle Call Arena. Gates open at 11. The rodeo performance will be at 1 p.m. There will also be free pony rides, face painting, roping exhibitions, and a whole lot more. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
And page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
It's the Peanut Patch in Yuma. The Peanut Patch, what a great place. And Donna and Pat at the Peanut Patch celebrating their 26th anniversary. A special celebration scheduled for November 18th. There'll be vendors, lots of samples for everyone. There'll be tamales. The Peanut Patch, you'll find them in Yuma. Easy to get to. Just Google the Peanut Patch and go by. You'll love the Peanut Patch. open Monday through Saturdays, 9 till 5 Yuma time. And you'll find homemade chocolates. You'll find fresh English toffee, pecan turtles that are to die for. You'll find so many great items at the Peanut Patch in Yuma. And remember, the Peanut Patch ships all over the world. The Peanut Patch in Yuma, a great place to spend a day.
And it's now time for page 2 of the local news, brought to you this morning by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday and happy hour, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. With page 2 of the local news, here again is Gene.
More methamphetamine at the Calexico port of entry. George Gale filed this story.
If the over 112 pounds of methamphetamine was seized at downtown Calexico Port of Entry on, Saturday, 100 packages of meth were discovered in the rear quarter panels and spare tire compartment of the vehicle at the port. 112 pounds of meth have a street value estimated at nearly $169,000. Calexico's seizure was just one of 7 seizures at the California ports of entry. Total value of the weekend bust was estimated at nearly $10 million. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
El Centro investigating 2 counterfeit cases. George Gale explains.
Gene, you have that information.
That's right, I do, don't I? At around 10:30 in the morning, police received a report from North Imperial Avenue. 2 individuals made 3 purchases totaling $600. The individuals left before it was discovered the payments were made with counterfeit money. It was later reported that on Tuesday, 2 individuals made purchases at other establishments worth $620. The individuals again paid with counterfeit currency. Investigators have video from surveillance cameras that they are viewing in an attempt to identify the suspects. Grand Marshal has been named for the Veterans Day Parade. Here's more on the story.
And the 10th anniversary, the 10th annual Veterans Day Parade will be held Saturday, tomorrow in Hauteville. Grand Marshal will be Captain Robert Marshall, a Vietnam war pilot. Marshall was shot down while conducting medical evacuations in Vietnam. He is the recipient of 26 air medals with over 20 missions. He was awarded the Purple Heart, Vietnamese Cross of Gallantry, and the Vietnam Civil Action Ribbon. The parade starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, following the Veterans Breakfast at the American Legion Hall. It'll end at Holt Park, where the Hauteville Farmers Market and Street Fair will be underway until 1 p.m. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
4 suspected in Calexico shooting last month. Calexico police had responded to a house on Nosotros Street. It was a report of the shots fired. When they arrived, the suspects had already fled. Police determined 4 individuals had confronted another group at the house. An argument ensued and shots were fired. One of the shots entered the house that was occupied by at least 1 child. No one was injured. Police say they believe the incident was gang-related. 3 suspects were captured within a couple of days. Over the weekend, police said they received a call from the Calexico port, who said CBP officers had detained the 4th suspect as he attempted to enter the U.S. from Mexicali. All 4 suspects are now in county jail with attempted murder and other charges. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
At Burgers and Beer, we appreciate our United States veterans with all of our hearts. Your dedication and service to our great nation is deeply appreciated. After all, we owe you our freedom. To thank our veterans, we'd like to buy your meal this Veterans Day, Saturday, November 11th at Burgers and Beer. Bring your military ID and your meal is on us. We feel like it's the least we can do for what you've done for us. You have our deepest gratitude for your sacrifice to our country. Thank all of you veterans from the Burgers and Beer family.
Offer excludes alcohol.
Here's George Gale with the weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 85 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 50. Sunny skies expected today. Highs right near 86. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight lows around 55. Sunny on Saturday. Highs right near 87. West to southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Saturday night, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows around 56. Winds will be calm. Sunday, sunny. Highs right near 88. West to northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Sunday night, clear skies, overnight lows around 58. Sunny skies on Monday, highs right near 90. South to southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And right now we're looking at 51 degrees, 32% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality moderate in Calexico. Air quality is good for the rest of the region. Your page 2 of the local news brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family or meet your friends at Burgers and Beer.
The Central Spartans take their 8-2 record into CIF San Diego Section Division II football playoffs, and you can hear the action. We'll be live on the KXO YouTube channel and on KXO AM 1230. Pre-game starts at 6:40 p.m. Friday. High school football brought to you by
McNeese Mart at Dogwood and Main and El Centro. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Great food. Southwest Postal Service and Southwest Security. Johnny's Burrito in Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial.
And it is now time to take a look at sports. Sports is brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. High school football tonight. It is the playoff action. It starts tonight. Everybody's going to be playing at the Friday night lights still burning brightly in Imperial. The Imperial Tigers will meet the Valley Center Jaguars in the first round of CIF San Diego Section 3 of Division 3 football action. That's tonight, 6:45 p.m. Tune in to the KXO website, KXOradio.com. Also on KXO tonight, the Central Spartans take their 8-2 record into the CIF San Diego Section Division 2 football playoffs. You can catch all the action there, live on the KXO YouTube channel and on KXO AM 1230. That's the Spartans. Tonight in the playoff action, the high school football is brought to you by all kinds of people. It starts at 6:40 tonight with the warm-up show. Other action, Vincent Memorial will be playing against the Valhalla Norsemen tonight. The Southwest Eagles will be playing against the the Red Devils in Division 4. Numbers 8 seed Calexico Bugs will host number 9 seeded Escondido Cougars. In Division 2, the Brawley Wildcats are the number 10 seed, and they'll journey to San Diego to take on the Bishops School Knights. Okay, and the newly created Division 5 AA Hoteville Vikings are the top seed, number 1 seed. They have the bye. They won't be playing tonight. 6-seeded Calipatria will. They'll be traveling to meet the number 3 seed Tri-City Christian. Again, all games are tonight. The kickoff times are all at 7 p.m. That's it. That's a look at sports. The sports this morning it's brought to you by these guys.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And there's one more story. That's Thursday night football. NFL. Steelers beat the Titans by a score of 20-16. That's it. That's a look at sports. Sports World Roundup brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And it's time for the financial news brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. Stock futures jumped Friday this morning as investors weighed a cooling in jobs growth that could reinforce hopes that the Federal Reserve is done with its rate hiking campaign. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures rose 0.4%. S&P 500 futures added almost 0.4%, while contracts on the tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 put on almost 0.3%, and with all three gauges coming back from losses earlier in the morning. So there you go. That's your financial news. We got some weather. I think we got some weather coming up.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
And we're looking for sunny skies today. Highs right near 86. Southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Financial news and weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day offices, post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. It's time for CBS News brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
Push for a pause in fighting between Israel and Hamas.
I've returned to the region to engage in intense diplomacy with our partners, that out of this tragedy emerges a better tomorrow for both peoples and for the region. There are a number of important steps that we can, indeed we must take now to help make that possible.
One of those steps, he says, is the creation of a Palestinian state. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says there will be no, what he calls, temporary truce in Gaza without the release of hostages. Hezbollah's leader in Lebanon says his militia isn't deterred by U.S. warnings to stay out of the Israel-Hamas war. Correspondent Rami Inocencio is in Tel Aviv.
You are hearing the very, very loud protest here that has been gathering outside the defense ministry. The families of hostages here saying that they will not agree to a ceasefire unless all of their loved ones are released by Hamas. And there is now a new UN warning of genocide by Israel.
A new sign of a cooling economy. U.S. employers added just 150,000 jobs in October. That's about what it was before the pandemic. CBS's Jolene Kent.
This jobs report came in below expectations, but expectations weren't that high. And Fed Chair Jerome Powell is watching this alongside his committee to see if this economy is cooling off enough where they can stop hiking interest rates.
The unemployment rate ticked up from 3.8 to 3.9%. Year-over-year pay raises were the lowest since 2021. Legal analysts are dissecting the guilty verdict at Sam Bankman-Fried's trial. A New York jury took less than 4 hours to convict the 31-year-old FTX founder of duping customers and investors out of billions. CBS News legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
He just wasn't credible on the stand, and when your only defense is your credibility and saying, I didn't know what I was doing, rose the level of criminal conduct. That's a rough place.
Bankman-Fried faces up to 110 years in prison. Closing arguments are scheduled for today in Colorado in a trial of a police officer facing a manslaughter charge. Here's Jim Krasula.
Nathan Woodyard is charged in the 2019 death of Elijah McClain. The 23-year-old black man was stopped by police as he walked home in suburban Denver. A 911 caller said he looked suspicious. An autopsy concluded he died of an overdose after he was given a powerful sedative during the incident. 3 officers and 2 paramedics were charged in the case.
This is CBS News.
You don't need a job platform, you need a hiring partner. Indeed lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews, all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credits.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Now the story of an accused killer nurse. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office says 41-year-old Heather Presti has admitted to trying to kill 19 patients with insulin at 5 different rehab centers in the state from 2020 through this year. 17 patients under her care died. She was charged in May with 2 counts of murder and attempted murder. New charges include 2 more counts of murder and 17 counts of attempted murder. Presti is accused of mistreating 22 patients. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Lots changed for Jeff Bezos since he set up shop in his garage in Seattle in 1994.
This is my desk here. See this big orange extension cord? This is one of the contraptions we have to have because there's not enough power in this room.
Now the 59-year-old billionaire says he's pulling up stakes in the Emerald City and moving to Miami, where he attended high school. He says he wants to be closer to his parents. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My name is Shelley Wilkinson, and I am an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially among those struggling to find their next meal. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Join the fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online today at www.ivfoodbank.org.
And your CBS News has been brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank, 760-370-0966.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with George Gale.
A sweet guy. He's a genius guy. Not so pretty, but awfully sweet.
AM 1230.
Oh, I'm glad you're here because I want you to hear this.
KXO.
1230 KXO.